Cool.
So, all right, we are now live on the internet. Excuse me.
Welcome to the internet. Hello,
Yes.
everybody.
Hello, internet, and welcome to the next session of the Vault of Midas. We are waiting for Vivian once again. She is late.
Once again, I am waiting for Vivian.
The better question is, when are we not waiting for Vivian?
That's a good question.
Why is mine being weird?
Oh yes, and by the way, Gallon has joined us, but because I was out of town for the last several days, and I am a terrible, horrible host and GM, I have not added any Gallon to the overlay. But that voice you hear,
no worries. That is me. Yes, hello.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe you should just have like an image for Gallon just like peeking out
cram
from like
in the corner
bottom. As if like, can I join, guys?
Like, hey, I'm here. I smell D&D.
Guys, can I be the D&D?
Yes. You got D&D on your phone?
On.
Yes. So we will. Gallon will be joining us with his own character soon. As soon as the players get to the city. Anyway, so we need to vamp for some time until Vivian can join us.
I got a funny story.
Okay, great. That's perfect.
So like I was on TikTok and I saw these people making like this sculpture of a tentacle, and I went to their website and it was not sculptures.
You know the worst thing is I know exactly what TikTok you're talking about.
I also know exactly what TikTok you're talking about.
I sent it to my friend and be like, I'm gonna get one. It's gonna go on my desk. And I was like, oh.
I mean, to be fair, I think it is really funny that you could also just put it on your desk as like a paperweight and no one would really know.
It's a tentacle.
Yeah, for real.
It's just an innocent little tentacle. I just
someone ever
like
came
marine
in and was
creatures.
like, why is it on the desk? You look at them and go, you know.
My aesthetic.
It's my aquarium aesthetic.
I should just,
and you know, it's the age of
Aquarium. In my little aquarium I have on my desk.
You should do that. Put it in your aquarium.
I have a 3D printer. I could just print some out and just stick them in there.
Give your fish new enrichment.
I got a second funny story.
All right.
I was on an airplane today, and I bumped my backpack into an old man's face, and he said, "Watch it. There's people here," and I almost fought an old man. Yeah.
Did you win, or did you?
No.
Win?
I almost. I would have definitely won. But it was just like my mind was
like.
I was about to say that depends entirely on the old man. I think.
It depends on the old man. Like, is he concealing his power?
He came on that plane in a wheelchair.
I think he was only showing you his 1%
power.
Yeah, he's only showing you his 1% power. He could stand up and fight you if he wanted to. He just didn't exude the strength.
I did apologize and not throw hands, but like immediately, like when I saw him, my brain was like, violent.
I'm on airplanes way too often to fight people on planes. I just look at them like, dude, you don't want to be here either.
Yeah, like honestly, the real thing you have to do is just like stare people down with like that same just like I'm fucking tired expression.
I want to.
You will get your way on an airplane 100% of the time if you just look like you haven't slept in a day, which you probably haven't.
If you're trying to catch a plane, that's reasonable. Also, speaking of flying things, I see a fairy. Hello, Vivian.
Yes, hi. Hello.
Hello.
She's alive.
Hi.
I'm here.
You see a fairy, I see a fiance.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
I love the season of 90 Day Fiancé.
Honestly, what is Vault of King Midas if not Kef and Rhea's 90 Day Fiancé story?
D&D not a love simulator game?
It's just a
It
dating
certainly can be.
You mean we haven't been playing a really advanced romance simulator this entire time? What do you mean it's Dungeons and Dragons?
This is D&D? I'm not supposed to be here.
Dude, what is Dungeons and Dragons, but if not a romantic sitcom that happens to have a giant fucking robot in it every now and then?
True.
Also, just checking. We're level 5 now.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you should be level 5.
You should have access to Fireball if you wish to have Fireball.
For some reason, I
Yes.
thought we were going to level 6. I don't know why.
No.
No.
No,
That,
level
not
five.
that level of
It's
power.
power
Not
up.
yet.
No
Okay.
one man should have all of that power. We have to wait.
Understood.
We have to
All right.
wait until we can become as powerful as Kanye West.
Yes, only he can hold
Are
the
you
power.
implying that Kanye West is only a level? Well, I can see him being a level 6 bard, actually, very realistically.
Only level 6?
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay then. Moving on.
Yeah.
Everyone is here now, so we can begin the game. But first, most importantly, I need someone to do the recap. What happened last time on the Vault of King Midas?
I think it's most appropriate that the person who has the most Minotaur stakes.
I think so.
Oh,
Vivian,
yeah.
Vivian, you learned a lot of personal
Learned a
revelations.
lot.
That I
Um,
did.
You
Yes.
kind of
That I
had an
fucking did.
existential crisis there, sweetie.
So,
That's
basically,
plenty.
long story short, we went into this amazing library full of secrets from the time of Midas, and we found out about the research project called Project Minos, or Minos. I forget how it's pronounced, but yeah, essentially, the gist of it, Minotaurs were created as a means to just create super soldiers that are like docile enough to be controlled. So, yeah, Rhea's past, she was supposed to just be a slave, basically. All of the Minotaurs were, and now they're nobility. I don't know what the fuck happened, and Rhea's having a bit of a crisis about it.
Well, they did find out that they were a lot harder to control than they wanted to be, so we can presume that they broke free.
Yeah, very true.
I mean,
All
Like
of
in
them
high
except-
school, similar to High School Musical, they were soaring and flying, and there wasn't a star they couldn't reach, and now they're nobility.
I thought you were gonna go in the
Damn it.
parallel of like, Troy was locked in the class system of jock, but then broke out to that theater kid and was able to take his own slot. I didn't think you were gonna go for a quoting music.
Oh my fucking god, he was a level 5 barbarian, and he multi-classed into fucking bard.
All right, Troy. First off, Troy's probably more. I'd say he's probably a bit more of a rogue, honestly, because
I did not mean to start a discourse about what class Troy High School Musical would be.
All right,
Yeah.
I gotta go on the Chulak the Barbarians Patreon and be like, yes, I like to vote for Troy Barnes. What would he be in D&D?
I have no idea what this conversation has become.
Yes.
Anyway,
Minos is dead.
But yes,
killed him.
we fought after we learned about the horrific war crimes of the past.
You then committed some.
Burned the
Definitely
hospital.
violators of the Geneva Convention, all present.
Yep.
We explored the library a bit, the library of Midas a bit more, finding little bits of lore. Rosie found a picture of Jormungandr as a baby,
Which was adorable.
There was also this continent that doesn't exist right now, but don't worry about it.
It's hidden Pangea.
We learned about Alistair's
Hot mom.
ancestor.
Alistair's
Yeah.
mom has in fact got it going on.
I'll do a cover.
Yes. And Willow, I think, just wanted to finish the job, but also just couldn't find a cure for vampirism.
You know, if it's around.
It's around.
Which it
Also,
wasn't.
R.I.P. our robot companion that totally got fucking murked by Minos the second we opened the doors.
Yeah, once we opened the door, we're like, oh,
And
we don't
because you
have
powered him
Lord
down, he
Midas
couldn't
yet.
even run away.
He was just trying to do his job of being the new librarian after everyone else had died.
But then we were like, haha, funny Boldor go.
Yep.
What if we
Yes.
just opened the fucking door?
But it's
Just
okay.
Twice as
we
violently as the
eventually-
helpful bird guide that tried to help us on the other island. Just
Yeah.
almost exactly
I
twice
feel
as
like
horrible.
there's a pattern. I feel like there's a theme to our adventures, a formula, as
Oh,
it
yeah.
were.
Your guides do not seem to have the best survival.
Like, don't be surprised if I
odds.
make a grim joke about like, oh wow, they're gonna die. Like if we put someone on like the third turtle.
Yeah.
All right. So yes,
Alright, I'm
after opening the secret, well, not really secret, after opening the magically sealed door in the Library of Midas, and unleashing the time-frozen Minos, the first Minotaur, who flew into a rage and tried to kill everyone, the party, with clever strategy and effective use of their skills,
A lot
paralyzed
of no abilities.
paralyzed the Minotaur with a powerful spell and stabbed him unto death.
A lot. Like we stabbed him a lot.
A lot. You stabbed
He
him a
didn't
lot.
go down without a fight.
Yes. Afterwards, you have gathered those treasures from that library and have now returned to the ship in order to lick your wounds and look over what it is that you have found. So first, I need to share a screen with you guys on Discord. So
Oh
if
yeah,
you,
speaking of music, that'd be smart.
yeah, so
I would
if
like
you
to
guys
hear
want
tunes.
to click the thing,
We got some
we'll
witchy
hear music,
cat.
Alright.
and I will
Make sure
play it. All right.
Wonderful choice.
So, returning to the ship, the party prepares to, or the party sets sail once more. The Gilded Goose rides over the waves. It's a bright and sunny day, and all the men are going about their duties. You look over your collected treasures so far. Here's what you have found so far. Of course, the key of Midas from the first dungeon, and the Book of Words from the second. As you peruse over this Book of Words, this book from the vault of the library seems to be a recording of all of the passwords to command the magical items owned by King Midas. All of the words to command his various magical items.
Ooh.
Searching through this with comprehend languages, Rhea, you find the word to open the door. The second of the three keys that you need.
Oh, that's really fucking cool.
You know, of course, the third and final piece you need is the Eye of Midas on the third island.
Yes.
Other things you have found. Next to the Book of Words was this strange tome, a green cover and a yellow crescent moon. You haven't examined this one yet. At the time you found the key, there was a mysterious letter. You were unable to read it at the time, but you did take it with you. And also you have the mysterious letter from the library, which was with the book and the tome, which you have already read, and Vivian, you should have access to it in your notes.
Yes, I saw.
Yes. So, Vivian, Rhea Ionia, I must ask, in the days which it will take the ship to sail to Ebonmore for some downtime and ship business, you will have time to read any of these things which you wish to peruse. as you are the only one with the comprehend languages spell, to my knowledge, you're the only one who has the opportunity.
I would definitely like to read through the magic items to see what kind of items he's got. You know, like the list of words that activate them, I mean.
Okay. Well, each one is met with a description, and the list is quite extensive. It seems that at one point or another, just about any magic item from, the DMG has passed through Midas's hands.
Oh, wow.
He was a very wealthy king, and at one time or another, owned many objects. You notice that each one has a little blurb about where he acquired it and who he gave it to. Seems he did not keep many of them himself. Instead, they were like currency to him.
Oh, I see.
Well,
He would receive gifts from one noble, and then gifted them in turn to someone else. They went through his hands like coin. But if you encounter anything on the list, I will be sure to let you know, and you will know its password.
Awesome. Okay. That's really good. I think Rhea's feeling a little bit more confident about all of this.
Recovering from the existential trauma.
Definitely, yes. She still knows
my
that...
trauma has been bribed.
Yeah.
Looking at all the new spells Ray has invented and will sell.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, what would help me recover from this? A little bit of property theft?
Yeah, exactly.
Intellectual property, what's that?
Oh, the best thing is you're going to a new spot, so no one's going to be suspicious that you may have gotten this from one of their stores.
Exactly.
All right, but Rhea,
Maybe.
I have one very important question. Are you going to read this strange tome?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Then I need to make a change of music.
Ooh.
And you also need to become blue.
You need to become blue.
Yes, you have a blue redeem.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Yes.
That's why I put it in the Roll20 chat.
Thank you. I shall become blue. Abadi abadai. Let's see.
Oh, it's to the moon music again. You always want to make me cry, KB? Is that what your goal is?
I hate that.
I admit that that
cry?
would be pretty poggers.
Confirmed, KB just wants to break their players.
Oh, thank you for the bits, Minari. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So I'm blue now. I've become a force ghost. You've killed me.
You have.
It's okay, you give us wise words of wisdom.
Yes.
All right. So, Rhea, as you begin to read through this strange tome, you quickly realize that this is some manner of religious text
Oh.
for a god that you have never heard of.
Interesting.
More specifically, this is a god that has been forgotten from the world.
Oh shit.
The Forgotten God. You now, as you are reading this book, you learn their name. And I'm going to DM you this name in Discord in a moment.
Okay.
But I want you to understand, Rhea feels that to say the name of the Forgotten God out loud would invite disaster.
Do it.
But I am going to DM you the name.
Don't think, just do it.
No, I am not going to. If it... I'm
Say
not...
the name.
I'm not careless like you guys.
I swear, if you speak it and we get a second void point in the point that I would fear.
I'm going to be. I'm fearing anyways. You know.
Immediate fear. No fear. +1 void. 1 fear.
Why do you keep giving us tools to destroy the world, KB? Why do you keep doing this?
Something tells me KB is not a benevolent god of their own universe, Deeves.
I think literally because they just give us the means to be good or evil. We are just people and fuck up a lot.
I swear to God, KB, the music choice you made is very clever. God.
Of course.
Fuck, alright. Interesting.
So as you continue to read, you learn certain information.
Yeah.
It seems that according to this book, the moon is not supposed to be this gray, lifeless rock that you have always known it to be.
Oh!
In this book, it describes a verdant green forest moon. A paradise of beasts, and where all of the greatest hunters and guardians of nature aspire in present tense, in text, aspire to go after their death to be with the forgotten god.
Oh, that's amazing.
And to join in this eternal hunt in this glorious paradise. You, of course, then walk out on deck. And, of course, despite this, what you have been reading, the night sky is still the same as it always has been. You look up and you see a dead, lifeless moon.
Oh.
Aww.
Jeez.
You know
Hear me out. What if there are dino bones on the moon?
I mean, there probably would be.
Plausible.
What if the moon was a dinosaur?
Hear me out. What if there's still dinosaurs on the moon?
Well, kind of seems like there aren't anymore. Something
Only one
happened.
way to find out.
Yeah.
Something
We don't know
fucking
about the
happened.
whole moon theory, though.
Let's take the gilded goose to the moon.
Take the gilded goose to space.
Endgame is being able to use the money from the Midas campaign, from like we've done the Midas to upgrade the ship so we can fly to the moon.
Yeah.
We're in this campaign to fucking treasure planet.
That would be amazing, though.
The moon
Alright.
Proud of
destruct if we take a certain amount of the treasure.
Naraya,
Yes.
you've only just started this book. This is the picture that you have gathered. This book seems to be the teachings of a god which has been forgotten to the world, erased from history itself. You have a choice. You can keep reading, and you can finish, and you can read this tome cover to cover. But if you do, it will change you. You will be the first person to remember what has been forgotten. And it will have an impact on you one way or the other.
Honestly,
Or you can put the book down and leave it for someone else.
honestly, I feel like Ray is kind of getting used to the idea of being the only person who remembers a certain specific thing that happened in the past. So, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading. I'm incredibly curious.
So as you continue to read, the tome is all the teachings of the goddess of nature, the god of the hunt, and the changes, the constant changes that life brings. You have read this tome, and you have understood it. You have one choice which you must make now.
Oh?
Rhea Ionia, you may choose to embrace the teachings of this forgotten god. Or you may choose to reject these teachings as false.
Huh.
Either option will change you. There is no going back at this point. You will be changed.
Oh,
But
Telltale
how?
Games decision time.
Oh,
Rhea
fuck.
will remember
It
this.
appears.
But the,
Oh,
the
shit.
choice of how to change is yours. Do you embrace this new teaching, or do you reject it?
Let's
Huh.
see, is Rhea looking for a new god to bring her in, or is she going to reject all gods in her despondence?
Become Catholic?
This will show how susceptible she will be to cults.
I have no idea. Shit. Ah.
You
Take
can
a
always,
risk.
hey Rhea, you can always let the dice decide.
Rhea,
Well,
Rhea.
alright. If you don't want to let this dice decide, I'll give you a way to thought experiment this real quick.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
So, imagine you have just discovered this like old religion. Like you have discovered like maybe the gods before the Greek gods that maybe became those or something, and one was left out.
Yeah.
And you learned all about it and like the practices and like the ideology that they teach. What would you think about that?
I think
If
that's the
you
exact thing that's
saw in
being
great
proposed.
detail how this lost religion practiced,
Yeah.
would you just see it as like, that's a cool thing to have happened and I just will know this? Or would you want to bring it back?
Are you going to become pagan? Yes or no?
This is like an orb moment.
Yeah.
You gotta just
definitely.
touch the orb.
Here is
Apparently.
orb moment.
Man,
Gotta
touch
just
the
touch it.
beacon.
Huh.
Trying to invent new slang, like trying to get that in Urban Dictionary. Oh, this is such an orb moment.
Such an orb
Yeah, like
moment.
certifiable orb moment, my guy.
That is a certified orb memento.
Here I am pondering my orb. Anyways, I think like Rhea's just thinking long and hard about what she has learned from this book, and she's just kind of like looking up at the moon as she does it, and I don't know.
Does the moon look any different with the newfound knowledge of the old gods?
Or, hear me out. Would you want the moon to be green again?
No, just tell me, does the moon look different, yes or no?
I mean,
In your heart of hearts,
Yeah.
in your mind's eye, as you imagine yourself as this sad Minotaur lady looking up at the moon, does it look different?
yeah, a little bit.
Is it
I think
good
yes.
different
I-
or bad different?
I think good in a way.
You're following this religion now.
I guess so, yeah. I'm kind of going for it.
Let's
If
bring
you look
back
up,
spooky
and when the moon,
lady.
listen, Rhea, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore, and that's how you know that you found a new god.
But I swear to God.
That's the new guy.
That's my Baridic wisdom I impart onto you.
Fine. I accept it.
Accept the present
Alright.
moment. Accept the pizza pie.
Except the pizza present.
Rhea, you look up at the moon in the night sky, and you see the silver moon, and while you know it's not how the moon is supposed to be, it still speaks to you in some way. Sort of a melancholy, a grave, almost. It's like this, like looking upon a tombstone of someone that you were supposed to have loved,
Oh.
but now only know of them from stories.
Yeah. And I think, like,
Gonna
Rhea
cry.
kind of relates at some level, because it's like she also just found out something about herself that was forgotten to history, so... Yeah,
They have to stick together.
I guess so.
And as you look up, the moonlight reflects in your eye, and your eyes turn the same color as the moon,
Oh! Oh!
and they seem to give off a faint silver light. Rhea
Oh.
Ionia, you are now Rhea Silverlight.
Oh!
Fuck, it changes her family name.
Changes my name?
Well,
Oh, fuck!
I suppose you don't need to take the name. But you
But
are...
I think if you're gonna be devout to this new religion, I mean, name changes are kind of standard.
But like, also consider if it's a true name, FaZe can't get you on your old name now.
Yeah. Alright.
As the Silverlight,
on-
though,
Yes.
you have been changed. And
Yeah.
you gain certain blessings. Your belief in the forgotten god strengthens your spirit and your soul, and you gain certain benefits.
Well, I do like
I will
benefits.
put them in the chat, and then I will read them aloud.
Oh!
New
As-
god acquired, benefits gained.
As the Silverlight, you have gained resistance to radiant and force damage.
Oh!
Rhea can never become undead.
Pog?
And you
With the
don't need to
blessings of the
sleep.
moon, you no longer need to sleep. You cannot be forced to sleep by magic. And you still need to take a long rest. And that long rest does not need to consist of sleep. You can enjoy 8 hours of light activity. And
Insane.
resurrection spells no longer require diamonds to raise you.
Holy
can
shit,
be
undead leader. Well, you can't become undead, but in terms of being undying,
But okay, can we talk about the parallels that now are present for Willow and Rhea now?
I think they need to hold hands.
I know.
Alright. So Rhea, you sort of instinctually know that you have been changed in these ways, and everyone has seen you poring over this book for the past week and a half. Do you share, or do you wish to share any of these discoveries with your friends?
Not yet. I'll tell them when the time is ready.
I will say, Rosie does comment a lot about like, do books like change your eyes or something? Is that like a nerd thing?
Yes.
Rhea's just gonna say, yes.
It's a nerd thing.
You seem to carry yourself with a bit of a different glow nowadays, dear.
That's so
I
weird.
don't
This
know.
is why
I
Rosie
mean,
doesn't read
I
them.
noticed that you look at the moon like a lot. Like a lot.
Well, I haven't really needed to sleep very much lately. It's kind of
Oh,
strange.
insomnia. No, I saw a few sailors get that, like, when I was a rat still.
Not
It's
even
pretty
that.
bad. Like, I get if you like using your makeup or something to cover it up underneath the eyes, but like, no, I think you should get like, I think like when we get to shore, like I think turkeys I heard are like really good for that.
I don't need to eat any turkey. I'll be fine.
Wait, now Ray is immune to sleep spells.
I am.
Well,
Hmm.
that doesn't mean she shared it to you, bud.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. I was like, ah. Just my
All right.
thoughts.
Alright. So, let's bring us back to daytime.
Rain! Okay. Alright.
And... Alright. And you set sail. Or, well, you've been continuing to set sail. But on the horizon, now, you see the city of Ebonmore. We have your little fairy icon has crossed the ocean, across the sea of Avalon,
I love it.
down to
There we
Ebonmore,
are.
which is getting very crowded with campaigns right now.
Yeah,
Like
actually.
It's almost like there's
Alternate
some sort
worlds
of
are colliding.
plot happening here.
Worlds are defining.
A convergence event.
Yes.
Also, this moon worship thing just gave me a fucking idea for what my other spell is gonna be. Melf's minute meteors.
Ha. Seems appropriate.
I like it. Oops, sorry.
Alright. So now, I'm gonna change the music again. Unfortunately, the music I normally use for Ebonmore, I'm pretty sure is copyrighted. So
Yeah.
I will be using a different song. But if those players wish to
more
listen to that
Evan.
music instead, it is the correct theme. But this one works too.
This is the Twitch-friendly theme.
Oh, it says
Yes.
girl.
The streamer version.
Yes. Alright.
I appreciate the... Oh, no, it's not girls, it's Gris. Oh, man.
Yes.
Girls' original soundtrack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it sounds like girls' original soundtrack. Also, nice Vivian VTuber background nerd.
What?
Let's talk to KB.
Oh! I didn't even see you because I'm not looking at the stream right now.
If you didn't, if you
Only
wouldn't have seen it
second.
if you looked at the stream, but I caught a glimpse of V.
Oh yeah!
Well,
also a rock follow.
I told Viv that I was putting that as my background.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot about it. That's really cute, though.
Right. Well, my choice of background now on display. Let me.
Stream knows.
I think only we know because KB didn't actually show it on stream, so we
Yeah.
only
Caught in 4K.
Indeed.
forbidden knowledge.
Forbidden.
Foreboding.
So,
Foreboding.
the city of Ebonmore. The city of Ebonmore, a dark city of famous for dark magic, witchcraft, vampires,
Ooh.
dark, terrible place.
I don't know, sounds like it would be a good time.
I mean, how dark could it be? Is it, like, overcast all the time?
God damn it.
That would be dramatic, so probably. But Willow, the day before you see Ebonmore on the horizon, you have a vision. Willow, you see yourself walking through the forest, the dark forest, at the base of a mighty oak tree. You kneel to the ground and dig with your hands, and you pull a human skull from beneath the earth. You hear the voice of Rakir, the shadowy figure to whom you swore your oath. He says, yes, carve the symbol. And you see your hands reach out and carve an arcane sigil into the forehead of the skull. And you feel a surge of magical power. And then you wake up. You go on deck, and you see Ebonmore on the horizon. And you know your oath to Keth will soon have to be fulfilled. Because the mirror that you swore to Kef that you would show them is here. Under the old church, where your old companion, Sir Adam Dawn, one of the Glittering Knights, was training his people. Where you were on loan from the Radiant Blades. You know that the Shattered Mirror is kept in the caverns underneath that old church. The Gilded Goose pulls in and docks in the city of Ebonmore. Squealer and the captain pay the docking fees and begin restocking. Vault Seekers, you have the city to yourselves. There are great taverns. There are great taverns, and there are great temples. And there are markets for you to explore.
I will say one thing.
But at some point, Willow needs to take Kef into the dark woods.
Not only Willow. I would like to call my favor from Alistair as well.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Was-
King. Go off, I
Welcome
guess.
everybody in.
The promise was one non-lethal favor to me in the name of the Gazer. Favor is you must accompany me on my this journey to find the second mirror and do everything in your power to help me succeed in getting it.
Okay.
Hug.
Okay.
I'm gonna imagine that's in character. Just that whole interaction.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
Kef is just explaining this, and Alistair's just like, okay.
Just like that SNL character. Okay.
All right.
Hopefully,
Meanwhile,
2 good boy points will be added to the world.
Rhea and Rosie, you find yourself called to a certain tavern. A famous one.
Oh.
A place where merchants and adventurers and all sorts of the higher classes gather. And Arcadius, you are also there now, spending your gold from your last mission, your last assignment, whatever it may have been, on drink, and keeping an ear to the ground for your next assignment, your next potential job.
Gotcha.
I will say
Yeah, and
one thing
Rosie.
I want to do before I leave the boat, probably sometime while we're sailing. I feel like Rosie's gonna put an extra 200 gold in the sort of treasures from her own pocket, because she took the tarot cards a while back.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, very good.
because you know what? I felt like I'd flavor more of her being guilty and treat it more as like I owe this. And you know
Aw.
what? Give it a little back as a,
That's cute.
yeah.
Broken vow is
Wonderful.
still a broken vow.
Can the rest of us be at the tavern, or is it established that we're just off helping Zed at this exact moment?
We need to grab some magical items before we leave.
Oh, if you guys want to go
Huh.
shopping before... I was going to split us into 2 groups, but if you guys want to be here first, that's fine. I'll drop everyone else in. I
Yay.
don't mind. Let's see. Willow.
Also, I
Yeah.
can't remember. Also, I'm
Personally,
saying-
I just feel like when we're meeting a new party member,
Quadlish.
the entire family has to be there.
Bubbles.
I agree. Also, I forget if I
Bubbles.
rolled my health points or not.
We don't roll. We
Uh,
just do average. Plus
Oh
con.
yeah. Okay.
So before plus whatever your con is.
Okay.
And Alistair. Alright.
Cool, now I
So
can
you find
interact with
yourself-
Hot Lady.
You find yourself at the massive wooden doors of the Iron Master. An enormous tavern. You open the door, and those of you who aren't horses walk in.
Well, then don't let big horses
And you find
in. Wow.
and you are immediately met by a young centaur woman.
Oh.
She runs up and says, "Oh, greetings, everyone. I am Mira Swiftbird. I'm the server here. Would you like a table, or I see you have a large group, or would you need a private room?"
I don't know if we need a private room. I think table would be nice. Also,
Yes,
hi
a table.
Mira, I'm Rosie. I see you've got horse legs. Is it okay if we bring our own horse in, or is it just like the people with the horse top, with the people tops and horse? She doesn't genuinely. She does not. She doesn't mean to be teasing here.
The people
dear.
tops.
Well, centaurs are of course welcome. Your actual horses should stay in the stable outside. The stable boy will take care of them.
Okay,
horse
I just
talk?
wanted to make sure because I know he can talk. I just didn't know like what was the sort of expectation of all that.
Oh, is he a found steed? I can have some special special food brought out to him. What manner are they? Are they?
Celestial.
They're a water horse.
No,
Yeah,
they're the
his name's
fastest horse
Bubbles.
alive.
Here, you want me to
Celestial,
show him
yes.
to you? Want to see him?
Sure. I have worked. Sure, I'll take a look.
Yeah, why do you give me Bubbles?
Oh my!
This is famous. Don't you pretend you don't know Bubbles.
Yeah, his name's Bubbles.
Bubbles like bows and says something formal in a formal introduction in Sylvan, which Mira responds in kind. And then she talks, and then she like pats Bubbles and asks what she can get for Bubbles, and Bubbles orders some very special wine-soaked oats.
Oh.
Fancy!
And
Distinguished gentleman.
Oh.
and Mira will bring that as well. And she also says that she brings you to, you've kind of all scattered to the winds, but she suggests that this table for you, and she'll be back to take your orders in a little bit. And
Awesome.
she's gonna go
What's
take care
this on
of
the table?
That is Sapphire, a kobold dancer.
Oh. Do you guys have those on tables? I'm gonna like eat on here.
I
my
believe
gosh.
it is
Well-
custom in some raunchier establishments.
Well,
This
unless
is
I'm gonna like
culture.
stomp on my wine, like stomp on some berries to make wine. I don't know what else you'd be walking on someone's tables for.
Sapphire
Oh,
is
Rosie.
insulted, and she was
Oh.
going to leave.
Oh dear.
Dang it,
Wow.
What?
Very rude.
What,
This
what,
is
you want
someone's
me to like
culture
walk on
here.
your table while you eat? I'll do it.
I'm not sure you understand what the point of the dancers are, my dear.
Oh boy.
Want to dance on my food?
Not
Meanwhile-
necessarily. Unless you wanted that, I mean, I'm sure they would do anything for a price.
Meanwhile, it seems that
Rosie
Keth
says
has
nothing about the
gone
intended
running
purpose.
up to the first buxom lady he saw. Over here
Oh no.
at
Oh
Over
no.
here,
I
sitting
have
at
to
the
get
corner.
kicked out of the second tavern.
over here
you
there's
have
a
no-
woman. She's smoking on a long cigarette and swirling a glass of blood red wine. Hello, Triton.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Seth.
What can I do for you?
I am a doctor, here to do doctor things, I swear. And I
An
was wondering,
unusual introduction.
if I could buy you the best medicine in the world, a good drink.
Well, I suppose I don't see why not. I can always
Awesome.
use another.
This is Quadlish.
A
He's,
spectator.
It's on the other seat.
This is
Now
Quadlish.
she's trapped.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
Like,
She sort of turns
One of its
and
spots flicks the lighter open.
a spectator. You don't normally
Yeah.
see them floating around the surface. Normally
I
they're
found him
guardian.
myself.
Oh, you must be an accomplished spellcaster then to have bound a spectator to a person.
Actually, my friends did it for me.
I see.
Yeah. Because I was weak. Emphasis on the was.
I love the idea of like Kat trying to like smooth. So I was like, oh yeah, no, I have my friends do it for me. Yeah, yeah. Because
They
I'm
really,
a weak boy.
you
I'm a
know,
little boy.
women.
It needs to be carried off.
Sometimes women really do like that cowardly, pathetic veneer.
And
Yeah,
outwardly
really looking for
wrong.
women to mommy
to
him.
manipulate and use their friends for benefit.
Oh my goodness.
I was wondering if you had any particular skill sets, Sarah.
You don't know who I am, do you?
I do not.
Good. Well, I'm very interested to know about your friend, the one who bound the spectator. Is that one of the people you came in with?
Possibly, possibly not. Those are mostly strangers to me.
Do we mean
I
nothing
see.
to you, Kath?
I'm okay with this.
I have a torrent backstory in
That's
the
what
works.
You just said verbatim.
My goodness.
It's
see.
why are you in the market for a particular casting?
Particular casting? No. No, but I always need to, it's always good to know... people. Those who can be useful.
I see, I see. What,
And tell me, how can you be useful?
well, I'm a monk and a doctor. And I
Doctor
speak
of
many
what?
languages of medicines.
A medical doctor. And a martial
Of
artist.
Yeah.
Interesting. An unusual combination.
I can also
Skills to hurt
control
and to heal.
fire and water and stuff. See, look at this. I'm gonna try to do some water bending on a mug.
Alright, you bend the wine right out of her cup and swirl it in the air.
And I put it back.
And then you put it back. It's like,
Now it's properly aerated.
Wow.
well, you are quite talented.
You can make wine. You can make wine go smooth.
She takes a sip and then says, well, I will keep you in mind. What brings you to Ebonmore?
I am on a particular journey for a certain object.
A treasure hunter.
You could say that.
Exciting. Tell me more.
Very. Well,
How did you learn of this treasure?
I really like that Kev, in attempt to seduce like a really hot woman, is now in the position where he could be telling like sensitive information to someone who doesn't want him to do that or wants to do it for herself.
Yeah, I feel like Arcadius would have 100% been like leaning in a little to this conversation, like, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
that's
yeah,
a good
this
idea.
this is not the intro I had planned, but yeah. So,
Hey, when someone talks about treasure when there's not much other company in the bar,
yeah.
That is kind of
Well-
something
Oh,
people
what
listen
kind
in
of,
on.
what kind of
Arcadius,
shenanigans is our
Arcadius,
doctor
you,
getting himself into?
Yeah.
the bad ones, but the ones
Well,
that
I
could
mean-
actually end up being good because it's gonna give us a new friend, Art.
It kind of all started when I was young a little bit. There was a plague in my village woke up one day and the waters were red and no one could breathe. So I left the place, fearing for my own life, although I seemed to be somewhat unaffected. And then I floated in the water for like a while. And then a boat hit me on the head, believe it or not. And they brought me on board, made me sign some papers before I knew what I was reading, and then bam, slave doctor.
The
And now I
fucking
hunt
backstory. All
for
right.
treasures
I see.
and think about all the
And
loved
now
ones
you
I've
seek-
lost.
Tragic. A story that's far too common these days. But you mentioned a treasure.
Yes.
Are you seeking some way to bring your loved ones back? A
I
wish or some such?
think I'm just seeking the smiles I used to have.
Seeking fortune. Build a new found family.
Maybe.
I see.
Yeah, possibly. Very much a possibility.
Speaking of being found, I
Mhm,
think
mhm.
somebody is looking for their in to this conversation. She
Ah,
looks
yes.
obvious.
I'm just Arcadius is just listening.
I
Here,
only
here
perceive.
looking for a treasure, and was like,
You have
Yeah.
been perceived.
He just like nonchalantly moves like 3 whole seats over and is
whole
like,
seats
What do you mean you're pointing me out?"
Like the idea of like every like few seconds, just the I was like moving to another chair.
Yeah.
I wonder, Sarah, are you perhaps for hire to aid in a small journey quest for a special item?
I'm afraid that my business keeps me here.
You got a business? What's that?
I know people. I connect
Are you
them.
Oh.
like a
Things.
like a librarian? But like
Let's say if you require expertise, I know who that expert is and how to contact them.
You want to meet my friend Rhea?
Tell me about your friend Rhea. Why would I want to meet them?
Oh boy.
She's a noble minotaur. Very good for connections.
Oh, that sounds like exactly
all
the
we
person
gotta
I
do
would
is
like to
walk
meet.
lock our arms together as we're walking and introduce ourselves together.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
well.
no.
Show me to your little friends. I will be happy to meet them.
Okay, they're just this way. Come, Gladlish.
I like to imagine that at this point everyone is like turning and like sitting facing Kef and Sarah, and it's not like a secret anymore that they're just overhearing this entire like conspiring plot.
Yeah.
Rosie will go in a bit and go like, it's funny how he says we're little friends and I'm like actually taller. Rosie starts being barely 5 feet.
Most of us are in fact quite a lot taller than the doctor.
Yes.
Seth waves a tentacle, and here are my puppets.
Excuse you, I prefer the term Muppet.
Yeah,
No!
I'm a Muppet among puppets.
And I'm a rat.
Save it. The audience doesn't even know what they're in for that one. They're not in the joke yet.
Returns. Kef comes to the table, and he has brought a beautiful woman with them.
Oh.
And she takes a seat and says, I have been talking with Dr. Kef. She takes a long drag off of her cigarette and says, I am Sarah Album.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Album. My name is Rhea Ionia. gonna keep it as Ionia for the moment. I'll reveal my true name eventually, maybe.
Rosie will do the
one
thing of
moment.
placing her hand around her mouth towards you, Ray, and goes I don't know, Ray, I think he's gonna try and make you jealous. She is kind of pretty.
Of course.
Vivian,
It seems like those dates might be transferred over.
how major are the Ionians in Istvan? Are you like a minor noble house, or are you a major noble house?
I mean, have you heard of them?
I would say like a minor noble house would make sense.
Oh, she can say it.
Okay.
I was really expecting you to lie.
All right.
I thought you were at the top of your class of nobilitars.
Then a 16, she probably doesn't know of you because you're on another continent. You're not in her sphere of knowledge. But she recognizes it as a noble name at least.
I kind of think like upper noble class would be like, kind of getting close to actually like being one of the royal family or something like that, or some, I don't know.
Right.
Her family's wealthy. That's basically it.
They're probably barons, maybe of
Yeah. They got
land.
They own land.
Okay.
They're important, but not to the point where they actually have like political power in the government. Or
they have money. That's just as good, honey.
Good point.
All right. So Rhea, does anyone else introduce themselves?
I am Kef.
Oh, you are? Well, it's nice to meet you, Kat.
Well, you could have shocked me this entire time. I thought your first name was Doctor.
No, that's my
middle name.
My middle name, Alistair. I thought you knew me better.
Oh, well, these long journeys and long nights on the boat seem to have frazzled my memory a little bit.
Well, I forgive you.
I thought it was Mr.
Only because we're
I thought it was Mr. I thought it was Mr. Put Me in Debt with Oaths over and over again.
Mr. Favors, forever.
Mr. Favors.
For eternity.
Favors Eternity.
My new band coming out. It's getting a new album. It's called Sarah Album. It's gonna be great. It's coming down around the new year. So if you want to check it out, go to my Patreon starter.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, Sarah looks over the four of you and then puts a hand on Quadlish and says, "Now, which one of you was the one who bound this fetching creature?"
Oh, well, that would be me.
I'm pretty sure I did a lot of work in that too.
I was over
both
here
of
like,
us.
oh, good, somebody remembers what happened in that session.
It was both of us.
Yeah, I believe it was a group effort that brought Quadlish into the world.
It was both me and Rosie that helped with it, because back then we were in the middle of a dungeon and I was exhausted from dealing with magical ailments. So, hey.
I see.
What? I didn't say anything.
You
Well,
existed.
I'm always happy to meet other practitioners. And your team seems quite competent.
That's the word I'd use to describe us.
Yes,
She
thank you.
reaches into a pouch and pulls out a brass coin. She puts it on the table and slides it towards between Rhea and Rosie, since you both took credit. She says, if you need any special items in town, show that coin, and you may get a discount.
I see. Well, thank you. Thank you for this.
You pick up the coin and you look at it, and it has a symbol. Rhea, Rosie, you may each roll history.
I will.
Right.
libraries. Here it is. 8.
Why was that an advantage? All right, that would have been a 2.
Okay.
Wow,
neither
y'all
of us
really
know
don't know
anything.
Right.
history.
I know nothing about the underbelly
It's-
of Evan.
It's got it's got a symbol.
It's shiny.
Anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Did anyone
Are
else
you
see
gonna
the
tell us what
coin?
the symbol looks like?
She rises.
Yeah,
She
what does the
rises
symbol
from
look
her-
like?
The symbol looks like
Looks smarter than
a
me.
woman's face, like in profile, with
Okay.
a crown and a raven.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. I think I might know what that is, but I know that Rhea wouldn't, so...
Sarah
Interesting.
stands up from the table and she says, "And if you need any contacts, if you need any experts, for a finder's fee, I can find anyone."
Hmm.
And she's
Alright,
gonna go
then.
back to her corner.
Wait. I got something to say.
Oh no.
Kev just follows after her, like, wait, miss, no, please.
Wait. I forgot. I'm going to
Mommy,
whisper.
sorry.
Mommy,
Sorry.
Mother, pardon, mother.
Mother.
I'm gonna whisper that, like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. If you need anybody who knows, like, words of power, that's, I'm your squeak.
Oh no.
Honey,
I
I
can,
don't know if she knows what words of power are.
She's smart. I can
She
show
Well,
you.
she-
I don't know if you want other people to know.
Does she look like she understands what you mean by this?
Oh yes.
Oh
Um,
no.
No.
Oh no. Kev, you're doing self-sabotage!
I'm also gonna say that I can show her some later tonight if she wants to hang out.
I thought we were gonna be finding the mirror tonight. You're already bailing on me.
Maybe some other night
I
then.
thought we had something special, Doctor.
No, it's okay. He can throw away his promise.
Well, if he breaks his promise, then that's none of my business.
It's not gonna be
Nah,
none of
like
your
maybe.
business.
Okay, let me rephrase. Maybe I can show you sometime.
It's a
No, it's
die.
okay. You've already said it.
She's
You've
gonna-
already made it worse. You've established that tonight you are going to be having very nice times with Miss Album.
And then break 7 nose and then descend the world into chaos.
She leans in.
Ebonmore
in
starts
and
falling
says-
apart.
"Well, Doctor,
Huh?
I must know, of these words of power that you speak, do you know any words for open or close?" "Do you know the word for life and for death?"
Well,
I know we have open. I know you have open. Alistair's close. I don't think we have life and death.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna slowly walk away, and I said, "Well, if you ever need me one day, I guess you'll find out."
Oh boy.
Hmm.
That was smooth.
Or later
seems-
tonight.
Boom. Probably rent one.
You really are shooting your shot there,
Unfortunately,
Doctor.
unfortunately, Sarah's heart belongs to another.
Oh.
Herself.
It's like to be like a
No.
noble dude in the other room. We should go mess with
Baby,
him.
you know, I'm having a little trouble with roll 20 tonight.
Yeah.
Will I have the ability to detect if Sarah is one of her kin, a vampire with the detect
Yes,
undead?
as a as a paladin, you can use divine sense, which will tell you if there are any undead, celestials or fiends nearby. When you use your divine sense, Sarah is not a vampire.
Not yet.
Huh.
Despite the fact that everyone thinks she is every time they meet her. It took like
Wait, is that
6
like an
sessions
actual
for me to
continuous
convince the
theme?
skeleton keys that she was honestly just drinking wine and not blood.
Guys,
my
she's not
God.
a vampire. She's just goth.
No, but she actually is very human. Just very much like, no, she's just a seedy person who works like in the underground and is just very distinguished about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Who lives in a town that looks like it's from Bloodborne.
yeah,
She's
but
just
anyone.
she's
Circumstance.
just sexy.
But also consider everyone in this town lives in a town that might as well fit for Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I see that Quadlish is bringing her new friend over.
All right.
Also,
So-
I just want to set up for Marina P. We are still not convinced.
The conspiracy thickens.
Well, there are spells
I
that can
just want to
hide
hide-
what you detect as, so I guess she could just be under Nistel's magical aura.
So KB, what you're admitting live on stream is that there's a chance that she could actually totally be a vampire still.
I mean, I guess theoretically.
She has
Theoretically, we got it, myth busted.
consider she altered self to appear to physically become humanoid.
We
Amazing.
got
Look,
it,
girls.
boys.
Oh no,
Look,
it's
girls.
trapped.
There's only vampires and more clever vampires.
All right. Well, Arcadius, it looks like you have been chosen.
I see that.
As Quadlish, the floating head with eye tentacles, and a wisping tongue, and also Kef.
I'll look at Kath and just be like, who are you?
I'm gonna look at them closely. I'm gonna look at them very close to see what I can see. Get a picture of their character.
Can you give us a reminder of how tall Kef is? Because I want to know the size comparison.
I am 4'7".
I'm 6'1", so
Oh my god, bestie, we're the same height.
amazing.
Same tiefling.
But yeah,
We should hold hands.
As for details, as you look at Arcadius, white hair, horns, light blue skin, a single scar on his going from like mid cheek down to his like jawline, I guess, on his right side, and like light blue eyes.
Blue skin, you say? Does
Light
it taste
blue.
like blueberries?
No, probably not.
We shall find out.
Don't answer that question, he'll lick you. Alistair overhears and immediately butts in.
It's too late. It's too late.
I suggest if you don't want to be licked by the doctor, you should not continue this conversation.
I would step out from the chair, and be like, no, I'd appreciate not being licked, thank you.
It's for science. I'm a doctor. Trust me.
Hi, hello. I'm a doctor, and I do not lick my patients.
Yeah,
She looks
this
at.
is a
She doesn't look at the tiefling here. She makes direct eye contact with Cap. As if like, haha, I'm gonna steal one of your patients.
I'd like to think that most doctors can't lick their patients.
It's true. It's unethical, and they would claim them as theirs, and that's not.
I am also a scientist. I am discovering if things that look colors taste like other things.
Look,
Right.
sir,
Sounds like you're a lot of
doctor,
things.
You don't go
I
for
am.
ones that lick you for science purposes. That means they want to experiment on you and give you extra limbs that aren't gonna work.
Sir, I'm terribly sorry for these two's behavior. I gesture to Rosie and Zed.
You know, I've had my fair share of interesting people, but you are a especially interesting group.
Quadlish. Quadlish.
Yeah.
Did you manage to lick him?
No!
I guess
I've
there's
been
the
licking
sucker
everything
noise. I
since
guess
we got
like,
in
like
here.
stealing some guy, like drinking from his drink or something.
Oh
I feel like
my
he would
god.
do. I feel like Arcadius would just like put his hand out like in the face of Quadlish and just like keep him at an arm's distance.
His tongue is as long as your arm.
Everybody
It does
else,
not
like,
work.
completely-
I must say we've had a lot of bizarre first interactions, but congratulations, sir. This seems to be the weirdest one yet.
Yes.
I would have to concur.
Yes.
We sure. I mean, you can say one thing about us. We sure do know how to make an unforgettable impression.
Certainly.
I will not deny that. I did
That's
overhear
what
you
He
we're
guys
doesn't
were.
taste like
actually.
blueberries. He tastes
I did overhear
he
that
tastes
you
like
guys are
salt.
searching for something.
I see.
So do tieflings just taste salty now? Is that just what the conclusion is?
I'm just assuming that he tastes like skin. And skin. And
Not
It tastes like
spicy,
skin.
Alistair. Huh.
he goes back for another lick.
Oh,
This
no.
one's more. He's a
And
blue
goes back
tiefling,
out.
so he's more of a. It's more of a cool mint.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Let's write this
I think-
down.
I accept this lore for my character.
So,
He's
so
probably
Alistair,
he's probably
so
from
we've-
one of the frozen layers.
So we've established in this universe that Alistair is a spicy tiefling and Arcadis is a cool mint tiefling.
Be careful, if you like them both, your mouth will be both hot and cold because
If you put them
different
together, it's icy hot.
Guys, Arcadius is just a friendly toothpaste boy.
Damn it!
Cool
I didn't
mint
think
looking
about
ass.
the blue and white hair. It was bound to happen.
You could have had Lendrush as like boss hair, or that is just toothpaste.
Could have
Yeah.
had red tattoos, and then it would be the red, blue, and white.
Yeah. Colgate.
Or you could hold hands with Alistair and it would be completed. Just saying.
Excellent
That's fair.
squash. Now in our notes we have red tieflings taste spicy, blue tieflings taste minty.
Interesting.
Excellent. Great
I'm gonna
science.
steal that lore.
This is lore that has been forced
Yeah.
upon us as tieflings.
Yeah, he's gonna turn to Seth and be like, "So I heard you guys were looking for something important."
Yes, would you like to accompany
I don't
me?
even know how important it is.
I can
It's
pay
important. Let me make the distinguishing factor. It's important to the doctor.
you. Yes. And the other two owe me.
Important from what I've gathered. I don't think
Would you mind sharing what this item or thing is?
Yeah, Doc, why don't you tell us?
Are we allowed to reveal information about it, actually?
I think the thing the doctor wants
I mean,
to
I think
find,
that's up to Kef.
I've
Oh,
heard
dear.
of a great relic beneath this. Where are we?
Okay, what does it do?
Well,
You were in the city of
you're in a
Ebonmore.
town.
Ebonmore. I seek it to study it. I have only heard rumors of its shape.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna-
hey,
he's
buddy,
gonna-
buddy, yeah.
He's gonna look at.
She does like a little like come here, have a side chat. Yeah, you're gonna try and sell him on your cool magic hunt or whatever. Like, you gotta make it sound cool, but not vague. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. You just gotta tell him things that might pique interest in some people.
Okay, I know exactly what to say.
We're
got
pirates.
this.
It's not like it's hard to pique
Okay.
interest.
So this isn't a pirate issue of what we're doing in Ebonmore.
You could pretend it's a pirate issue. You can
I
just
can,
lie. Fun fact.
Have
Hey,
As you guys-
Rosie's giving you an opportunity to lie. Just lie better.
As you guys were just like over there discussing like what would get me interested, he's just gonna be like, well, if you guys would have me along, I would not mind because I, in my past, used to serve as a protector to some individuals who would always go looking for magical items and whatnot.
How does
Oh,
150
fascinating.
gold sound to be my bodyguard on a quest?
I'll do it for free.
I'll give you
Oh.
200 gold to be my bodyguard, and you have to be my friend.
Oh, I like Rosie's like,
I'll take the free offer.
My goodness, sir, I would like to say, for dealing with these people, you deserve at least 150 gold pieces, honestly.
He does.
You don't- Doing it for free would just be a loss for you.
He does like a
okay,
small
you
like
get
like.
the kindness we get, alright.
I'm trying to think of the word here to explain it. You know how like the Attack on Titan like little fist to the chest kind of thing. He does like a small one as he like leans down a little bit, and he's like, I used to serve in a dragon division as a scout.
Oh,
So I appreciate
a
any
sneaky boy.
what is the word here? I'm trying to think of it. Any
Employment.
adventure as
Oh, okay.
as a learning experience.
Well,
So
Alistair just kind of like steps forward a bit and puts a hand on your shoulder. I can assure you that you will have no shortage of interesting adventures if you come along with this group.
I certainly hope so.
You want to join my pirate crew?
It's
wait.
our pirate
Our
crew.
pirate crew.
Reason why I would.
We're
love to.
hunting for the Vault of Midas.
Who's gonna hear you say that? Like, specifically the Vault of Midas.
Yeah.
My father used to search for that. Would tell me stories of it.
Oh,
Let's make Daddy proud together.
Hey, Arcades, I'm curious. What kind of stories did he tell?
Stories of him in his younger time and searching for it as himself before he got
Did
into.
you get to a dragon turtle?
I was so young that it was mostly made up whimsical stories, I would assume.
Well,
then
considering
we
the things that
bond.
we've seen, I'd actually be willing to bet that some of those whimsical stories may be more truth than fiction.
Did he
Yeah,
fight
did
the
he
quiet
bond
one on the
or,
astral plane?
I keep on forgetting the other one. It's like
He's
venue
like-
or something.
He's like,
Bayou.
I 100%
Thank
believe that a lot of them were children's stories, but he, even his servitude under the same military that we both were a part of, he still told stories of it to his fellow soldiers and whatnot that he was in command of.
oh. That's
Well,
I would
you
be
can continue
happy
the
to have
mantle.
you along with us.
No story is left good unfinished.
And that is why I'm here.
So
Well
what do
then.
you say? Are you in?
I'm in.
Wait.
Oh, I gotta do the. I'm in.
I'm in.
We should get him contracted with the captain.
Well, we'll do that when, like, you know.
You will have to sign the contract eventually, but right now you have all of our blessings, so
He's
it
gonna
shouldn't be
look over
too
and be like,
hard.
I've signed too many papers. I was in the military. I've signed my fair share of random documents.
Did you know that we have health
What's
care?
one more? Yeah, we got healthcare.
We actually
better
have
than what I used to
the
have.
benefits are actually quite fair.
Well, it was better than what I had beforehand, so
Well, welcome aboard.
cannot wait.
Alistair just smiles very genuinely.
Hey,
Rosie
KB.
does a minor illusion of, like,
Yes.
the party blower
Um,
noise coming from a vague direction.
In
Oh my God.
lieu of the captain being here and signing official contracts, since I'm the higher ranking sailor person thing, 'cause I'm the
Mhm.
doctor and navigator,
Yeah.
could a handshake suffice as a temporary arrangement so that he can get like monies and stuff? Spoils.
As a temporary measure, yes. Ultimately, if
Cool.
he was to set sail with you, he will need to sign.
Yeah, that's what I
the
meant.
ship.
He'd sign paperwork.
Yeah. He will need to sign onto the ship's book. But a handshake, it would be, on Kef's honor that he would be paid. And,
Okay.
Yeah. The captain would accept that.
Okay, I'm gonna extend my hand.
He returns with a nice stern handshake. You can see a lot of scarring on his hands too as he does so.
My hands are kind of soft for a monk. It's because I
Well,
moisturize.
moisturize a lot.
And then Quadlish adds his tongue
Unironically.
to the handshake to wrap it around
Shouldn't-
and make it official.
Ew.
The bond is
Ew.
set.
Did the handshake taste minty?
Yes. And a little salty.
Minty salty just sounds very
I
wrong.
think that's a
Well,
new
he is an
cursed
aberration,
ice cream
so his,
flavor. Salted mint.
Salty
Yes.
mint. Ugh.
Oh God.
Sea salt mint.
All right.
So, what's your name? What's your name, by the way, for joining on this big adventure? I may have. Wait, did you actually introduce it? I'm sorry.
Well, he'll say again. I am Arcadius Havenglow.
Arcadius. It's nice to meet you. I'm Rosie.
Can I call
Nice
you
to meet you.
Katie? Part of your name. Arcadius.
yeah.
Katie.
Yeah.
That
Kind of.
won't get confusing
There.
at all.
That
Totally.
won't get confusing at all.
That won't lead to problems.
It's like Stare, Ray, Whoa, and Rosie.
And
It's like-
it's nice to meet you. My name is Rhea Ionia. I shake his hand.
Nice to meet you.
And, uh, it's nice to meet you. My name is Rhea Ionia. I shake his hand. And, uh, it's nice to meet you. My name is Rhea Ionia. I shake his hand.
I return it.
I
I'm-
noticed that his hand is still slightly slimy from Quadlish, but
But no, he
you.
would 100% wiped it off immediately following that.
Yeah, okay,
interaction.
okay, good,
It
good.
is not slimy any further than that.
Good.
And of course,
Alistair reaches...
as you shake Rhea's hand, you are shaking her gauntleted, gemstone, bedazzled fist.
Yes. It's very interesting. I'm basically got the fucking Thanos Infinity Gauntlet, except it's cooler.
Rhea is just Thanos.
He's not so interested in treasure, so he doesn't really take too much mind to it.
He's like,
Happened to the gauntlet. Sorry, tangent. I've been wondering because I was like, what happened to the gauntlet after Tony did the snap? But like, never mind.
Alistair then holds out his hand for a handshake and introduces himself. Alistair Lavelle. Nice to meet you, finally.
Returns it. Arcadia Tabinglow.
This is Quadlish the Spectator.
I give him a pat on the head, and then with that pat, I kind of push him further away.
Just push him slightly further
sort
out
of
so
like-
the more he tries to handle it.
Yep.
As you push down and out, he kind of like floats and does like a forward somersault as moving away, and then he like ends up floating behind the bar.
Willow sounds like nice. I can't see his growth tip.
And the bartender just kind of like looks at him from across the side, across the way. She's just like gives him an eyes, and then Quadlish.
Oh no.
Oh no! Apparently Quadlish is taking this is the wrong way.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yep, you're gonna be kicked out of another tavern real soon, bud.
Oh no!
As I see this, I'm gonna pull out a small notebook and start taking notes on Quadlish and his monster. Him being a monster, he takes notes on those kind of things. So.
The bartender.
Ooh, a bookkeeper.
She she looks to Quadlish, and she is not intimidated by this monster. You
really
feel like
does
she's
what-
seen stranger things in here. And she says, "Sweetie, the customer's behind the bar. Get out. Get back on the other side before I call Krenk." Sorry, Krennic.
Quadlish comes back.
I love the look of her icon going like, okay. You're gonna have to
Okay.
stop that.
I told you to stop. Now stop.
Anyone
Quadlish,
with a
sweetie.
above average passive perception notices this this orc up here in the corner.
Oh!
I've
This-
been waiting for it to be pointed out.
This handsome man.
As Callie sends Quadlish back over the bar, he just kind of like gives Quadlish a little glare, and straightens his coat, cracks
Quadlish
his
is
fingers.
I love him. I love him.
Quadlish is like, oh my
And,
god, we're both green.
I do hope you
And
don't count on incurring his wrath.
Would Arcadius notice that he's like sending like the visual images of like stop doing that from across the room?
oh yeah.
I'm gonna send my own in the same exact way that he's doing it. Just that very on the side like knuckle crack like I don't know these people very well, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Krennic is now keeping a very close eye on you,
That is fine with me.
and he is more than prepared to throw you out if you give him cause.
Oh boy.
Give him the reason to.
Mhm.
I want to go up to
All
the
right.
bartender lady.
Oh no.
Oh, what can I do for you, sweetie?
Now, I'm gonna preface this with a question. Will I be thrown out if I ask for milk?
Why would I throw you out for asking for milk?
You see, I wonder the same thing happened to me in a different tavern. All I did was ask for milk.
At a Minotaur establishment,
Yep.
Alistair shouts out.
Changes nothing.
Well, I don't know much about
changes a
minotaurs,
bit.
but no. If you want a glass of milk, we have some. Normally, we use it for making creams, but
No, I just wanted to ask. I appreciate it.
I just want to ask if in the future.
So
were
you
to
don't even
have-
want milk right now. You know what? Kef needs a tall glass of milk after accomplishing this job.
I'm gonna give them a gold piece for answering my question.
she takes it and goes back
How
to.
would you know we are
business.
spoiled in the D&D world when we could just go like, I'm gonna give a gold to this like decent worker.
I know, right?
Yeah, like give him a day's pay.
Glances at my fat profits from gambling.
I'm glad
Callie probably makes more than that. She is the head bartender for a very wealthy establishment.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
still,
I'm
it
just
would be
saying,
a
like, you know, for the
meaningful
average
percentage
worker,
of her
you
daily
know?
pay.
It's all about comparisons.
All right. So, what now?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna head to the door. Say I think we should be going. I'm gonna whisper to Sarah to get her attention.
You're gonna whisper
Like,
to her
From across the room.
I'm just gonna be like, psst, psst, like that.
So you mean scream? You're going to quietly scream at her, is what you mean by whisper.
I'm gonna be like, hey.
Without you see her sigh, and then she looks at you, and without getting out of her seat, you hear her whispering in your ear, as if her lips were right up next to you, and she says, "What, sweetie?"
This was a visual signal. I'm gonna open the door and like wink.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I actually responded, this is a visual signal.
Weird flex, but okay.
She just goes back to her smoke.
Well, it answers one of her questions before. That's why I did it.
Oh, get it? Because he can
I-
open the door.
Wow. Okay.
See,
but
it
to
was
be fair,
clever.
I
It
guess
wasn't.
I like the idea of Kev going like, "Oh, I'll do this very clever way of me showing her I can do what she may want of me," and then just opens the door to leave like anyone else would, and make it like, "Hey, check this out."
I would think of someone with an inquisitive mind. If somebody wanted to get their attention to open a door, they would be like,
I
oh, they might
Alright.
know the word for
His
open.
big brain.
I'm gonna
I
give
just
her an
think it's
insight check to
interesting.
understand your meaning, because I didn't
I was
get
about
it,
to
but
say.
she might.
Wow.
To be
Sarah,
fair,
girls
it
might
is
have
a
just-
very cryptic way of going about it.
Sarah whispers, too meta.
She takes your meaning.